As we get older, changes inside the body don't always announce themselves clearly. One of the most common but often misunderstood changes involves blood circulation, especially in the legs. Many men over 60 notice that their lower legs and feet feel cold more often, sometimes even on warm days. This isn't unusual, and it isn't simply about being more sensitive to temperature. In most cases, this sensation has less to do with the weather outside and more to do with how efficiently blood is moving through the vessels in the lower body. Blood carries warmth, oxygen, and nutrients. When circulation slows or becomes less efficient, the skin in the legs may receive less warm blood, making those areas feel cool to the touch, even when the rest of the body feels comfortable. Before we continue, it's important to clarify that this video is intended for educational and informational purposes only. The content you're about to hear is not meant to diagnose, treat, or replace professional medical care. Everyone's health situation is different, especially as we age. If you're experiencing ongoing symptoms, discomfort, or changes in circulation, the safest and most responsible step is to speak with a qualified healthcare professional who can evaluate your individual needs and medical history. To understand why circulation in the legs often declines with age, it helps to start with how blood flow normally works. The heart pumps oxygen-rich blood down through large arteries, which branch into smaller vessels that reach deep into the muscles, skin, and tissues of the legs. After delivering oxygen and nutrients, blood must travel back upward to the heart through veins. This return trip is especially challenging because it moves against gravity. In younger, healthier bodies, this system works efficiently. Arteries are flexible and responsive, allowing them to widen and narrow as needed. Muscles in the legs contract regularly during walking and movement, acting like pumps that squeeze the veins and help push blood back toward the heart. Small one-way valves inside the veins prevent blood from flowing backward. As we age, several gradual changes begin to interfere with this process. One of the most important changes is that blood vessels naturally become stiffer. The walls of the arteries lose some of their elasticity, making it harder for them to expand with each heartbeat. At the same time, the inner diameter of these vessels may narrow slightly due to long-term wear, inflammation, or plaque buildup. Even small reductions in vessel flexibility and width can noticeably affect blood flow to the lower legs. Another key factor involves the endothelium, which is the thin layer of cells lining the inside of blood vessels. This lining plays an active role in regulating circulation. Healthy endothelial cells release nitric oxide, a molecule that signals blood vessels to relax and widen. Nitric oxide helps maintain smooth, steady blood flow and prevents unnecessary constriction. With age, endothelial function often declines, and nitric oxide production decreases. As a result, blood vessels may remain slightly constricted when they should be relaxed, limiting circulation to the extremities. Reduced physical activity also plays a major role. Many people become less active as they get older, whether due to joint discomfort, lifestyle changes, or long periods of sitting. When leg muscles aren't used regularly, the muscle pump that assists venous return becomes weaker. Blood can begin to pool in the lower legs instead of circulating efficiently back to the heart. This pooling further reduces the delivery of warm, oxygen-rich blood to the skin. All of these factors affect how much oxygen and heat reach the tissues of the legs. Skin temperature is closely linked to blood flow. When circulation is strong, warm blood continuously supplies the skin. When circulation slows, less warmth is delivered, and the skin can feel cool or even cold. This is why legs may feel cold, even in warm environments. The issue isn't external temperature, but reduced internal circulation efficiency over time. When we look deeper into why circulation weakens in the legs with age, several interconnected biological mechanisms begin to stand out. None of these changes happen overnight. Instead, they develop slowly over decades, which is why many men are surprised when symptoms finally become noticeable. One of the most important contributors is a gradual reduction in nitric oxide production. Nitric oxide is a signaling molecule produced by the inner lining of blood vessels. Its job is to tell vessels when to relax and widen so blood can flow more freely. In younger adults, nitric oxide helps arteries respond quickly to changes in demand, such as walking, standing, or temperature shifts. With age, the cells responsible for producing nitric oxide become less efficient. Lower nitric oxide availability means blood vessels stay slightly more constricted than they should, especially in the lower extremities, where circulation is already working against gravity. Closely related to this is arterial stiffness. Healthy arteries are flexible. They expand with each heartbeat and recoil smoothly, helping push blood forward. Over time, repeated mechanical stress, low-grade inflammation, and changes in collagen and elastin cause arterial walls to stiffen. When arteries lose flexibility, blood moves less efficiently, and pressure regulation becomes less precise. This stiffness is particularly noticeable in the arteries supplying the legs, where long vessel length amplifies even small losses in elasticity. At the smallest level of circulation, capillary blood flow also slows with age. Capillaries are tiny vessels that deliver oxygen directly to tissues. In the lower legs and feet, these vessels are extremely sensitive to changes in pressure and vessel health. When capillary flow slows, oxygen delivery becomes less consistent. This not only affects muscle endurance and recovery, but also skin temperature. Cooler skin is often a sign that capillary level circulation is not keeping up with tissue needs. Blood viscosity plays another subtle but important role. Blood is meant to flow smoothly, but its thickness can change depending on hydration, blood sugar levels, and overall metabolic health. Dehydration makes blood more concentrated and slightly thicker, increasing resistance inside blood vessels. Thicker blood requires more force to move, which places extra strain on already aging vessels. Over time, this can further reduce circulation to the extremities. Maintaining adequate hydration helps support smoother blood flow and reduces unnecessary resistance within the vascular system. Nutrition also influences circulation in ways that aren't always obvious. Certain nutrients play direct roles in vessel function, nerve signaling, and fluid balance. Magnesium is one such nutrient. It supports the relaxation of smooth muscle tissue in blood vessel walls. When magnesium levels are insufficient, vessels may remain more constricted, limiting blood flow. While magnesium alone isn't a solution, it contributes to the overall environment that allows vessels to respond appropriately. Potassium works alongside sodium to regulate fluid balance and blood pressure. Proper potassium intake helps prevent excessive fluid retention and supports normal vessel responsiveness. When potassium levels are too low, blood pressure regulation can suffer, and circulation efficiency may decline, particularly in the lower body where pressure differences are more pronounced. B vitamins also play a supportive role, especially in nerve vessel communication. Healthy circulation relies on proper signaling between nerves and blood vessels. Certain B vitamins are involved in maintaining nerve integrity and supporting metabolic processes that fuel vascular cells. When these systems don't communicate effectively, blood vessels may not respond appropriately to movement or temperature changes. Omega-3 fatty acids contribute to endothelial health by supporting the structure and function of the vessel lining. They help maintain flexibility and support normal inflammatory balance within blood vessels. Over time, diets low in omega-3s may contribute to stiffer vessels and less responsive circulation. Beyond biology and nutrition, lifestyle habits strongly influence how these mechanisms express themselves. Prolonged sitting is one of the most common circulation challenges in modern life. Sitting for long periods limits muscle contractions in the legs, reducing the pumping action that helps blood return to the heart. Even individuals who exercise occasionally can experience circulation issues if the rest of the day is spent mostly seated. Low daily movement compounds this effect. Circulation responds best to frequent, gentle movement rather than short bursts of intense activity followed by long inactivity. Without regular movement, blood flow becomes more sluggish, especially in the lower legs and feet. A history of smoking can also leave lasting effects. Smoking damages the endothelium and accelerates arterial stiffening. Even years after quitting, some vascular changes may persist, increasing the likelihood of reduced circulation in the extremities. Finally, diets high in sugar and ultra-processed foods can negatively affect circulation over time. These diets contribute to inflammation, blood sugar instability, and unfavorable changes in blood vessel function. Over the long term, this environment makes it harder for vessels to relax and deliver consistent blood flow to the legs. Taken together, these mechanisms explain why cold legs are rarely caused by a single factor. They reflect the combined effects of aging vessels, reduced signaling, lifestyle patterns, and long-term nutritional habits, all influencing how efficiently blood reaches the lower body. Supporting healthy circulation in the legs doesn't require extreme measures. In fact, the most effective strategies are often simple, consistent actions that work with the body's natural systems over time. One of the most important factors is gentle daily movement. Regular movement encourages blood to circulate through the legs and helps activate the muscles that assist venous return. Walking is especially effective because it naturally engages the calf muscles, which act as secondary pumps for blood flow. Even short, frequent walks throughout the day can make a meaningful difference, particularly for those who spend long periods sitting. Calf activation can also be supported through simple movements, such as ankle rotations or rising onto the balls of the feet while standing. These small actions help push blood upward through the veins. Posture awareness plays a role as well. Sitting with feet flat on the floor, avoiding long periods with legs crossed, and standing up regularly all help reduce blood pooling in the lower legs. Hydration is another foundational element. Adequate fluid intake helps maintain normal blood volume and prevents blood from becoming overly concentrated. Electrolyte balance matters too. Minerals such as sodium and potassium work together to regulate fluid distribution and support normal vascular function. Maintaining balance through whole foods and adequate hydration supports smoother circulation. Dietary patterns also influence vascular health. Diets that emphasize vegetables, fruits, whole grains, healthy fats, and quality protein sources tend to support endothelial function and reduce unnecessary strain on blood vessels. These foods provide nutrients that assist blood vessel flexibility and help manage inflammation. Limiting highly processed foods and excessive added sugars can further support circulation by promoting stable blood sugar and healthier vessel function. Managing blood pressure and blood sugar is especially important for long-term circulation. Elevated blood pressure increases stress on blood vessel walls, while unstable blood sugar can interfere with normal vascular signaling. Supporting these markers through lifestyle habits and medical guidance helps protect circulation, particularly in the legs, where vessels are under constant gravitational pressure. Finally, consistency matters more than intensity. Circulation responds best to steady, repeated signals rather than occasional, intense effort. Gentle movement, balanced nutrition, and daily habits practiced over months and years create an environment where blood flow can remain as efficient as possible with age. To bring everything together, cold legs later in life are rarely about the temperature around you. More often, they reflect how efficiently blood is moving through the vessels of the lower body. As circulation slows with age, less warm, oxygen-rich blood reaches the skin, making the legs feel cool even in warm environments. This is a circulation efficiency issue, not a sensitivity to cold. The good news is that these changes usually develop gradually, and they can be supported gradually as well. Gentle movement, consistent walking, proper hydration, balanced nutrition, and attention to blood pressure and blood sugar all work together to support healthier circulation over time. These are age-appropriate strategies designed to work with the body, not against it. Most importantly, circulation changes are not sudden or irreversible. They reflect long-term patterns, which means long-term habits matter. If cold legs or other circulation-related symptoms are persistent, worsening, or affecting your quality of life, it's important to seek guidance from a qualified healthcare professional. Personalized advice ensures that underlying conditions are identified and managed safely and responsibly.